Go ahead,
I want to, okay, I want to brief the discussion in my team. There are two wins. Mr. Kazim did the practice pacing than leading. Before he was not doing the pacing step, and it was successful. And the second win is everybody from my team, they practice client retention call by calling them over the phone, and the client has have appreciated that.
Excellent. Very well.
But I want to share two losers. The first one, everybody found it is a cultural problem to call the client by his first name for the first time, and especially if they are calling a company, the secretary will answer, and they ask the secretary to pass it to the client. Then at that time, if you call the client by his first name, they found it difficult. How to solve this problem?
I invite you to try it. I know it's uncomfortable, but that's why we're doing something different here. That's why this whole training is different than any other sales training you probably taken in the past, because our approach is no pressure, is totally opposite what the prospect is expecting. That's why we do a lot of pattern interrupts. So my invitation to you is to try it, okay? What's the worst gonna happen? You cannot lose something you don't even have. You cannot lose something you don't have. You don't have that deal, so you cannot lose it. So all I'm saying is try it. Let's try it, especially with the secretary. Especially with the secretary. This is a more like how to, bypass the gatekeeper. This is a different conversation, for another time. How to be able to bypass the gatekeeper. But that's one of the methods is you want to be able to speak. You want to be able to sell yourself to the gatekeeper and build that rapport with her or him, so that you can be able to connect you with that person. So that's regarding step one. Question number one is to try it anyway, okay? And if he says something, oh, how dare you saying my first name without Mr. What do you say? You know what? I apologize. I may have misspoken. I hope that, I didn't offend you. Is this over, or should we start all over again? So actually, this is a better, like in my sales calls, I intentionally sometimes create some friction. Why? Because how to handle the friction, it builds rapport with people. So for example, is it okay, Aziz, I share like the first time you came to the webinar, my webinar?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So the first time Aziz attended the webinar, he didn't like it because it was different expectations, and I was doing something, I have multiple people. It wasn't just Aziz, so I want to make sure to accommodate everybody. So he didn't, so he left the webinar, and then I got the feedback that, he didn't really get, what he was expecting. That's a good thing, because now I reached out to him and I apologized. It's like, you know what? I feel like I owe you an apology. It feels like you invested your time. You didn't get what you want, regarding specifically cold calling. In the next session, I'm going to make sure to cover this. Can I count on you, being on the call, or should we have a one-on-one conversation? So he responded, it's like, okay, no problem. I'll come back to the call. So he came back, right? So it's actually a good thing when things a little bit go, in your idea and your mind goes a little bit sideways. That's a good thing, because now it's an opportunity for you to correct it and build rapport. Okay, build rapport, because if everything was perfect, there's no emotions. You want emotion. Okay, how many of you are married? Raise your head. Right? Okay, before you got married, I'm assuming that you had some conflict with you soon to become your wife, and that out of that conflict, how you handled it, it creates some more level of bonding and connection with her, wasn't it? Yes? Yes. So it's so the same thing. You are flirting with your prospect, because later you're gonna decide if you want to move in together or not. You understand? So right now you are dating each other. The prospect, you are dating the prospect. And when they become a customer, now you are moving in together. Okay? Until you always want to keep the boundaries and you want to keep the rules that you can, exit at some point if any of these boundaries are broken. Okay?
I like this example.
This is the closest I can come up with, So you are dating, you want to use that emotions, you want to keep the emotions up, you want to pull back a little bit. Imagine you are dating someone and if that someone is, calling you 10 times a day, where are you? I miss you. I need to see you. Why didn't you call me? How are you going to feel about this?
You are very important people for a guy for him.
Well, yes, but how would you feel? Are you going to be attracted or repelled?
I will run away.
You run away. Exactly.
If other than my wife, I would be happy.
Yeah. Okay. So that the same thing goes in this one. So you want to keep that dynamics. We call it dynamics. Okay, call it dynamics. If you are a salesperson, you're just coming after the prospect is gonna be turned off. They're gonna be repelled by you, and they're gonna you are teaching them to run away from you. And the more you chase them, the more they're gonna run after you. They're gonna run away from you. Instead, you pull back a little bit, like Samer did. Like, hey, maybe it's not meant to be this time, and we understand. Maybe next time we can address it, inshallah. Whew. No. Is he willing to walk away? Can I call you? Okay. So that's called the dynamics. It's very important to understand and have the guts and the courage to do that. That will raise your value, your status. Okay. You don't want, so what traditional selling is, they put the salesperson here and they put the prospect here. Mr. So-and-so, we are going to do this and that and this and that for you, so-and-so, right? Respect, it doesn't have to be by saying Mr. Respect is how you deliver your product and service, how you serve them, how you help them, how you be your word with them, how you do what you promise. That, which would be more important, to call you Mr. Wajhi all day long, or be able to be of service to you, to help you to solve your problems? Which one would be more valuable to you?
More service.
More
Exactly.
service, definitely.
So get out of that. That's the little voice in your head saying, I don't want to call him Mister. Just lose it. Okay.
I think in this area, in this culture, there are a lot of people they would like to feel to be called Mister, or like to feel that they are higher. Yeah, there are a lot of clients. They like, I feel they are like important. They are like something big. So
what does that mean?
I don't feel
I don't
uncomfortable.
understand. What does that mean? I really don't understand what is.
Like,
when you
like,
say
let's
there's
say
something big, are they like bigger than you? Are they more important than you? Or
I mean,
how do you
yeah.
define
If like we are meeting someone like a project manager for a huge stadium or mega project, that person is not like same level as us when it comes to experience, when it comes to like knowledge. I don't know. I mean, me personally, there are certain people I don't feel comfortable to call them by their name.
Okay.
Just to support Mr. Ahmed over here, I have only one comment. Mr. Khalid might be the best person to understand the situation because he has seen the world from both the ends, from the GCC perspective as well as in the North America.
Yeah.
In Northern America or in Europe, it is very common. And if you say that Mr., probably it will be too much. They might feel that what you're talking about.
I'm talking about
but
here.
Here it is a norm to give respect, like something, cultural difference, and how to call it.
I mean, as Samer's clients, all of them, they are like sheikhs, like a sheikh. You cannot go and
that's
call
right.
him by his name. He will not accept it.
Yeah, I have many clients like Sa'adat, His Excellency, or Sa'adat Flani. يعني.
If he called him by his name, they will put him in jail.
Hello, you don't want to go in jail. I'm not saying this to go to jail. So listen, look, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Okay, this is trust yourself. Trust yourself. If you feel like he's a sheikh, and you want to call him as a sheikh, it's as a sheikh. You want to call him sheikh, of course, right? But I want you to start, getting into your mind, and your attitude is like, you're not here and they're here. That's not the case. I want you to level the field, like that they want what you have as much as you want what they have, which is the money. That's all what I'm trying to tell you is do not look at them they are better than you or have more value than you, because if you walk in with that attitude, you already lost the sale. If you look at them, it's like, oh my God, this is like a very big deal, very important person, and they sense that, they smell it, they can smell it over you that you are less of, that you put yourself down, then they're gonna look at you down, and they're not gonna look at you as an equal. So that's all what I'm saying. This is just one way to pattern interrupt, okay? All I'm saying is your mindset is you're here and they're here. They're not here and you're here. That is what I'm trying to tell you. That's it. This is the whole thing behind this, okay? Don't make a big deal about it. Everybody understand, yes?